Hello, good people. Welcome to our show. Hello, bad people. Welcome to our show. Hello, anyone who wanna learn more about AI. Welcome. Today we are going to discuss more about getting or using AI, right? How you can get results with that. And I'm so excited to discuss this topic with Tim Cakir. How are you?
Hello, I'm great, Anatoly. It's a pleasure to be back and having a great chat with you as usual.
Yeah, nice. I remember our first episode that was valuable. So I decided to learn more, to invite you one more time to get more value. Tim, before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background. Remind for old listeners, tell to new listeners about your business, what you usually do, why you decided to pay attention to AI, and about this new company,
Yeah.
AI operators. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my background actually, I started in sales about 20, I don't even know how many years ago. Back in the day, I was selling carpets door to door, and I hated it after a while because I was selling carpets to people that didn't need it. So then I got into marketing, more showing people the products that they might need and get them interested in things. From there on, many years ago, I became a sound engineer. As you can see, I think around me, I'm actually a DJ on the weekends. Tomorrow night, I'm DJing in a underground club.
Nice.
But that's Friday night to Sunday morning type of thing, and then Monday to Friday, I'm the CEO of Task Drive and AI Operator. A few years ago, I got into growth. I was a growth consultant for a bunch of startups in Barcelona. And I really got into deep tech, so I've done computer vision, I've done big data for telcos, I've done marketing automation platforms, and I loved deep tech. I was like, oh my god, I didn't want to be a coder or a developer because I'm very social, and I didn't want to be in a cave and just coding the whole day, and I just wanted to meet people and do business and lead and be visionary and stuff. So from my growth consultancy, I've had many roles as chief growth officer. But in COVID, I realized that I never wanted to work in an office again, and I met my business partner back then, who's who's the founder of Task Drive and many other companies. And I joined Task Drive as a chief growth officer about a year ago, and I think about February I became the CEO of the company. And that happened, I think, because I brought AI. I brought scraping, I brought automations, I brought a lot of different things, and we really made the company much more efficient. And you might ask, what does Task Drive do? What we do is we do lead research and appointment setting, and we also have some other mini services to make sure that these two services are very strong, like pre-targeting and website visitor identification. So that's Task Drive. And in the last, I think, about 5 or 6 months, we started to use, of course, a lot of AI tools. Mainly ChatGPT, of course, as everybody knows, and many other little mini AI tools that are very specific to use cases. And as we did that, we realized that not just in sales, but in many other things, AI is a game changer, right? We all know that. So what we did is we spin off a company called AI Operator. So AI Operator was a service that we were kind of doing in sales for our clients here at Task Drive. But what we've done is we spin it off as its own company, which you can find out on aioperator.com. And in that company, what we do, we custom engineer prompts. We design prompts for our clients, for marketing, for operations, for support, for sales, for different areas of their businesses. We design these prompts, and then what we do is we hire the old school virtual assistant type of people. We train them on AI tools like ChatGPT, and then we give them these prompts, and then we deploy these prompts and these virtual assistants. They become what we call an AI operator. We believe that every company in the world is going to have an AI operator. Not sure when, but that's definitely one of our goals, because an AI operator, it's like a 5x virtual assistant, right? They can do a few marketing tasks, they can do a few sales tasks, they can do a few customer support tasks.
Nice. Tim, I couldn't agree more with your point because I think if you ignore AI today, tomorrow AI will ignore you. So we need
I
to,
love that.
yeah, we need to consider this too. And of course, about I think, I disagree with common thinking that AI is not replacing jobs. AI is replacing, and we can see it. For example, even in my company, I use AI editing more than editors. We stopped cooperating with editors because AI can provide this job much better. We got mentions on CNN, Business Insider, because of editing press releases on AI. Before that, I spent so much time to manage the process, to organize people, to tell them, to find them. Today, AI can do this job much better than editors. And when I see some experts can complain why companies are firing writers or editors, because AI can do this job. So it doesn't matter what is your job, you need to adapt. You need to go ahead. That's okay. I can lose clients. I can be denied, but I can learn what I can do, how I can use these technologies, and today we cooperate with we stop cooperating with translators because AI can translate to Japanese, to Turkish, to any languages, and we got great results with that. So I couldn't agree more, 100%. And Tim, can you tell for companies that have no experience with that, and most companies have no experience with that. According to data, only 25% of specialists use AI, so 75% still ignore, including my two brothers. I spoke with them. They have high salary, high positions, and they told me uh, they don't know how to use AI. They tried and can't get great results. And I told them, just play, spend some time every single day to learn. So, can you tell for companies who have no experience or tried but couldn't get great results, what to do, how to play with that?
Yeah. So first of all, message to your brothers. They should contact me. All right. That's my message to your brothers. Contact me now. And then I mean, just before I get into that, I'm taking some notes so that I make sure to answer that question. But it's not about AI just taking jobs, right? It's what I see and what we believe in is that somebody that doesn't use AI will lose the job. The person that will use the AI will take over the job of the person that doesn't use the AI. AI will automate some of the roles for some of the jobs, like the translation. You're 100% right. But we're still going to need a lot of human thinking, emotion, and decision making from a human. But a human with AI is stronger than a human without AI. So that's what we're saying with AI operator. But for companies with no AI, what's going to happen is the company with AI is going to win the competition. Right? So if a company can be 10x more productive than you because they're using ChatGPT, they have custom prompts, they have automation, they have automated translation to 36 languages or whatever, they are going to take over the company that doesn't have this. This is a guarantee. Right now, it's the last 4 months, not even of 2023. And if you're not using some type of AI, I think you're already late into the game. And we knew this, and this is why we started AI Operator, because we're like, we don't want to be late to the game. We don't want AI to rule us. We want to rule with AI, right? And I do recommend to everybody today, as you said to your brothers, it's not scary. You just open up ChatGPT and you ask questions, and just ask it even, how can I use you? And it's going to tell you how it can be used. You have hundreds of videos. You can watch this webinar together. Yeah, you can watch all my webinars that I do at AI Operator. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to many people. There's so many things that we can do today to learn this AI. And again, I do apologize to repeat it, but I want to. You can ask ChatGPT to teach you ChatGPT almost. You can say, what can I do? It's going to tell you all the things that you can do with it. It's that simple, But people are like, oh, AI, it's the devil, it's the evil. If you do that, you are going to stay, in the middle of nowhere with no technology, and the people with technology is going to have a better life. I do believe in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Valuable. Love it. It's interesting. The last time I speak with ChatGPT more than with my wife. I love my wife, but I love ChatGPT as well because and I can ask a lot of questions, to get great results. And but I want to ask about these prompts. You can help with setting prompts, and I tried best practices, but for me, it's better to do this job myself. I can start some prompts, but I play around them. Sometimes I can quit the chat to open new one because it's better to start from scratch, and I love it to play with that, before I get great results. So can you tell how you can help others with standard prompts, because I can feel it's better to personalize them, to consider each case is different. So any tips about that?
Yeah. Well, the thing that we do is that we custom engineer the prompt to your business, to your brand, to your
Hmm.
voice. I consult with you, I spend time with you, and then I propose you which prompts we're gonna build for you. You accept the proposal, then we build these prompts. Then I make a document on how to use the prompt in text step by step. I make Loom videos on how I use these prompts for you and show you that you can give feedback and we can make it even better. And then we train these VAs that become AI operators, right? So it's all built for your business. It's nothing generic. I don't give you like today when you go top 100 AI prompts for sales. No, it's top five AIs for unmiss. That's how we do it, and it's gonna have your voice, it's gonna have your brand, it's gonna know exactly the task that you're trying to achieve. So it's all built for you. It's custom. So that's the first thing, and I just want to go back to what you said about your wife and the other day, my wife, I think it was a while back. You remember ChatGPT was down for like 2-3 hours or something like that,
Hmm.
and that night I was in the bed with my laptop, and I wanted to send this email. And then my wife was like, "Can you close your laptop?" I was like, "Well, no." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Well, ChatGPT's down." And she's like, "So?" I'm like, "Well, I can't send this email." And she's like, "Since when can you not do an email on your own?" I was like, "Of course I can do it, but it's much better with ChatGPT, you
Yeah.
know." And she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I'm like, I want to be able to ask ChatGPT its opinion before I send
Mhm.
this email, and I didn't mean, And she's like, "Oh my god!" And luckily, it did come back, and then I was able to do it. But what I mean here is that it's not a joke. The other night myself, again on my phone, now we have the mobile app, and I have it on my top four. I have Akiflow, Superhuman, Notion, and I have
Mhm.
ChatGPT. And the other night, even after a session with friends out, I came back. I had a couple of ideas in my head. I put it down, and I got an amazing LinkedIn post out of it. So before, the things that you would think in your head, and you'd forget them, or you'd create a voice note, hopefully, or you'd write them down somewhere and you wouldn't do anything about them. But now I drop him in ChatGPT, and something's gonna happen about that idea. It's gonna about that content, about that question. So it's a no-brainer to be. As a personal assistant, it's my personal assistant. The other day, my daughter's 2 years old, and we played all with her games and stuff with her toys, and I didn't know what to do anymore. I asked ChatGPT. I said, "Hey ChatGPT, my daughter's 2 years old. I want basic, easy games without any material that could be with words, with speaking or acting and stuff. What can I do?" It gave me 10 amazing games. And, and
Yes.
and then I started playing these games, and I even said, "Okay, can we play this game?" And it was giving me scenarios of cards or something like that, but just with text. And I said, "Keep going, keep going." And my daughter was having a great time. I was having a great time. I was using technology to actually amplify the time with my daughter. So we should not see this as an enemy, but we should definitely see this as something to make us more productive, to help us in most scenarios that we can have in a personal life or in professional life.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, you remind me of my son, and he asked me to download a new app, AI help with homework.
Yeah.
I denied. I told him no, I can't accept it. Because, and he asked why you use AI. I can use AI as well. I replied, no, no, no. You need to do some job from scratch. You need to think, to brainstorm, to train your mind. I'm not against AI, but if you use it right. But this app just helps to do your homework without any I don't know, uh, without you, instead of you. So something like this. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to add something to that because here I'm going to disagree a little bit with you,
Hmm.
and I think that's good for obviously for our conversation. My partner, the founder of Task Drive, and his daughter came to him, and she said, she said, I have this homework and I'm going to use ChatGPT, and he was like, you can use ChatGPT? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. She's like, yeah, go ahead and do it ChatGPT. The work that she was going to do in five hours, she did it in 40 minutes, let's say. And, and the teacher couldn't say no because, the father, my business partner, said, if my daughter can use ChatGPT today, she's smarter than the others, and she should use it, because we have this and it's not going to go. It's not going to go in 10 years. There's potentially going to be no maybe online classes and everything's going to be on a chat GPT type of thing. So if you can actually use it today and learn it, why not? If you can be more productive, why not? Because actually, I don't believe it does everything for you. It can do everything very basic if you just ask something basic. If you say, hey, please give me an essay about blah, 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 you're just going to get something like, okay. But if you say, hey, I want an essay about this, but here's a resource, here's some statistics, I want this, that, and I want it to be written like this, here's an example, and so on. And if you do spend that time, you're going to get an amazing output, right? So that means that you've actually done the work that needs to be done by a human, and you're just amplifying that work with AI. So I do believe that my daughter, who's 2, luckily she's not going to use any of these tools yet, but when the time comes, I think I will be pro. I'll be like, please, if you can use it, do it and show all your teachers. And if they say something, tell them to come to me.
Yeah, it depends because he has the task to calculate data. I mean, like 2 plus 2, and he decided to ask all these questions on ChatGPT. I denied because at that point it's better to calculate, to think how you can do it. But if you ask to calculate all this data without just to ask AI, it's not a good idea. So I think it depends on
the use case, But and I'll tell you, potentially, if it wasn't 2 plus 2, I might have struggled as well. But 2 plus 2, it's 4, right? I think.
Yeah, it's basic. It's basic.
So no, but what I mean is that if you ask me, I don't know, 56 plus blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm also not going to even open a calculator anymore, and I'm going to open. I have a shortcut to open ChatGPT on my computer, and I'm just going to put it. When I say, okay, a client wants 10% discount, I just go, this money minus 10% discount, and it just answers it to me. And I'm like, oh, great, let's just go for it. So again, even I believe the 2 plus 2, it's 4, right? And ChatGPT gives you 4. You do learn suddenly that 2 plus 2 is 4. So you're still learning it. It does the job for you, but if you do read the output, hopefully you're gonna learn.
Yeah, that was just a simple example.
Yeah.
It was not like 2 plus 2.
Yeah, I'm joking as well.
Yeah. So yeah, and in that case, I decided he can try himself, to do it. So without asking ChatGPT. But anyway, I agree. Even kids can use ChatGPT or any other AI tool. And Tim, I want to ask about your sales background because you mentioned you started in sales, and for me, the best marketers have this background, because I often see when marketers chase high volume, other metrics, but if you have no sales background, you don't know how to get real results. I mean, like leads and sales. And you mentioned about lead generation as well. Can you tell how to create the right strategy today with AI that will bring leads and sales, not traffic, not volume? Because once I spoke with a master who lost 400,000 traffic, a lot of traffic, but he didn't lose any sales. So someone spent so much time to get this traffic, to deserve this traffic, but he couldn't monetize this traffic. And any tips about that? I mean, like how to create the right strategy with AI to
Yeah.
get sales, not traffic.
Yeah, and I think traffic is a vanity metric, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
I have 400,000 traffic, great, but you can't make $400,000, then I'm not very happy about that traffic, am I? So I think that the strategy, of course, is going to be very custom to the business that you're in. But the thing with, I think, AI today, and I was giving this webinar yesterday myself on AI operator and sales. So, a few quick things. If you're doing outbound, let's say, if you're reaching out to someone, I can put your name, Anatoly, into it, and I can say, hey, please find 5 facts about Anatoly Litovsky, right? And from Unmiss, give me 5 facts about this person. And in about a couple minutes, I'm going to get these 5 facts. And you're going to tell me the data is trained to 2021? No, because there's a plugin, Web Pilot, that is going to go and scrape the internet and go on Google and it's going to search about Anatoly. And then it's going to give me 5 facts and it's going to tell me, Anatoly has a podcast. Anatoly has this business. Anatoly does that. Anatoly does this. And here's their latest webinar. And I've done a research job of 15-20 minutes in about 2 minutes, right? And then I'm ready for the call and I'm ready for the sales call and I can close that deal much quicker because I have a lot of information about you. That's an example. So you can build a couple of prompts to do this type of stuff. The other day, I had sales calls back to back. I do the sales of TaskDrive even as the CEO. I do the sales of AI Operator as the CEO. And as you said, I think the best marketer, the best CEO even, is the person that comes from sales. I'm not saying I'm the best at all. I'm still learning every day. But I had these sales calls back to back. I didn't have time to prepare. I'll be honest with you. I clicked on the Zoom meeting, and as the person was coming in, I opened ChatGPT on the side. Luckily, I have a big screen, so I can have 3 things side by side, right? And I just put, hey, I'm jumping on this call. This is the company. This is the person. I need a few facts, and I need questions that I can ask. It was about 4 or 5 lines of prompt. And then as I said, hello, blah, 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 brrr, everything was ready there. And I start jumping on the questions. I closed that deal, I could close that deal very easily because I've done my research.
Yeah.
Even if ChatGPT did it for me. So that's a very quick example of how you can include it in your strategy. But also what I was promoting yesterday is that now you can have really smart chatbots. Back in the day, if you remember the chatbots, I'm sorry, but they're very, very stupid. It was a decision tree. And if it hit this, it couldn't go anywhere. And it would say, sorry, I don't understand. Should I connect you to a person? It was terrible. But today, the chatbots powered by GPT-4 can really take you to the next level. You can have 24/7 someone almost to answer any question that your website visitor has. Your friend who has 400,000 K traffic, right? 400,000 people traffic on their website could put a chatbot with GPT-4 and let it discuss with people in real time, 24/7, and potentially with many, many people. Not just with one person. There could be, hundreds of people talking to the bot at the same time. You can't have 1,000 salespeople, but I can have 1,000 conversations with just one bot. So these are the type of little, I'm not gonna. They are little. They're quick wins, but they are very smart wins that today in 2023 and 2024 is coming. We should be prepared for, and we should implement these. And that's what we do at AI Operator today. We can build you a bot. We can build you these prompts, engineer these prompts for your business, so that every month when you're doing your newsletter that was taking your marketeer 2 days, now it takes you 2 hours, because it asks you the question. Anatoly, don't get me wrong. I don't build a prompt where it just does the job for you. I build prompts sometimes that are this long that it interviews you. It'll say, Anatoly, this month, which blog did you share? I share these blogs, put the links. This month, what news do you have? I have these, and so on. And what's the CTA of this? And you as a human, you're still giving this information to the prompt. And in about 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, it's actually ChatGPT interviewing you. You're having a what I call a meeting with ChatGPT. And this is what I always say. You're having a meeting with ChatGPT. And please don't use ChatGPT to say, do this for me. No. Book a time on your calendar, a 30-minute slot, and say, I'm going to achieve this project. I'm going to achieve this result with ChatGPT. And go and spend 30 minutes with ChatGPT. Keep conversing, and you're going to have the output that you want.
Yeah, nice, nice. Tim, you mentioned about chatbots. Can you suggest or recommend some chatbots? I know HubSpot has chatbots, and I tried to set up myself a few chatbots, and it didn't work well. So, and I think chatbots can change the game of chats because I remember all chatbots, not AI, just chats on banks, on many different resources, and I got the feeling this chats didn't understand me, but AI can change this game right now. So if you know some great chatbots, recommend to us.
Yeah, yeah. I think that back in the day, HubSpot bought Motion AI. I don't know if you remember. There was an amazing chatbot platform. But again, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call it they were stupid chatbots, as you said, because they couldn't go far. You have to make sure that you had this logic tree, this decision tree. And now you don't have to do that. You can just put hundreds of your articles, you can put hundreds of your documentation, and so on, and it'll just answer it. So today, a good friend, that I follow, has a bot called fastbots.ai. Really good little tool. You have custom GPT. Custom GPT is an awesome one. And there is many more. I didn't prepare a list of those, but I'd go Fastbots AI. I'd try that out, and actually, it does have an affiliate link. I wish I had it now and I could give it, but
Yeah.
so just say you got it from Tim Cakir, and also custom gpt is very very powerful, and these bots now can really, you just put your website and you say, here's 100 pages on my website, here's my documentation, here's my knowledge base, and it will learn all that and it'll answer according to that.
Yeah, nice, nice. Okay, Tim. Uh, I wanna ask you about marketing mistakes. It's interesting that uh, I make I made a lot of mistakes. Some of them terrible, some of them slight mistakes. I keep doing them because I don't know another way how to learn. And I think if you start something from scratch, you need to do mistakes to learn from them. But can you list mistakes that we can avoid, especially by using AI? Because I still see when people ignore AI or use AI in the wrong way. I mean, like just to set up generic prompts. So, any tips about mistakes that we can avoid by using AI?
Well, I think the most simple one is grammatical errors or things or sentence that doesn't make sense, And we as marketeers sometimes we're like, wow, this sounds great, and it sounds so big, and it's like, wow, and then it goes out there, and then 2 months, 3 months, nobody understands, and they don't convert on your website, and you're like, oh crap, what happened? And then you don't blame it on your copy because you did the copy and you're like, I have the best copy, and you blame it on the industry or the market, and it's a recession coming, it's COVID or whatever, you blame it on other things. And today with ChatGPT or other AI tools, you can actually go and say, here is my ideal customer profile, this is what they care about, this is their problems, and so on, and here's my message that I want to put on my site. And ChatGPT will tell you, this is good, this is not good. Here are some suggestions. And it'll give you so many suggestions. It's trained on the internet. It's trained on everything that is out there. It's trained on all the best copywriters in the world. You can even say it, act as this copywriter, act as this writer in the world. You can say all these things. So first of all, you can fix any type of sentences, you can simplify it, you can make it more obvious, you can make it dummy proof. Dummy proof is not a bad thing. You want it for everybody to understand everything very quickly. So the complex words, and we were all like so trendy in crazy words and stuff like that, I don't think that works anymore. Tools like Grammarly has some amazing AI technology now. ChatGPT, again, the same thing, and there's many others. So that would be the first thing that I would do. The other things that for marketeers is really understanding your ideal customer profile. You can actually ask it to understand an ICP and to help you really build your ideal customer profile, so that you can understand what they like, what they don't like, where they act, what do they do, and so on. So that's another thing, so that you can make sure that you're very specific and not generic anymore. So that's something that I would do. Some other things that I would do is, if you do use the plugins and so on, you can even ask about SEO. SEO is something very technical, and I know you're very big in SEO, so it's still something very technical, but ChatGPT can help you a lot. There are some really good plugins, and I'm sure you know these plugins better than I do, but I'm not a big SEO nerd. I don't understand much, but now I can just scan my site, find some errors, find some keywords. I can actually go to my competition, do the same thing, and learn from it as well. And as a solo founder, as a small entrepreneur, as a freelancer, you can actually make yourself more productive and tackle things that you couldn't do before. So as a marketeer, I think that if you're not using these technologies, these AIs, these bots, and these plugins, I'm going to even say these plugins, you're missing out. You're absolutely missing out. So other errors that I think I might see out there is like spending hours or days on blog outlines. Now I can actually say, hey, I want a blog outline for this. And you'll get an outline. Doesn't mean it should write it all for you. I'm not saying let it all write for you, but you don't have a writer's block anymore. As a marketeer, you can become an okay writer now, right? I was a terrible writer, and I don't know if I'm a bit better now, but ChatGPT or other similar tools makes me a much better writer. On LinkedIn, I have a lot of content. I don't write everything myself, right? But I do edit everything myself. I put my own touch and stuff like that. But I never go to ChatGPT and I say, write me a whole LinkedIn post about this. No, I say, I want you to write a LinkedIn post about this. Here's my thoughts. Here are some pros and cons that I think. I would like it to make people feel like this, and I want them to think this, and I want them to take this action. And then they'll give me a draft. And then I'll be like, great, I don't like these words. These are too complex because I don't speak complex. I don't use these words, so can you use these words? Can you give an example from my own personal life? Here's the example. Please include that in that. And it will do it, right? So I don't have a writer's block anymore. So as a CEO, I can still do marketing now. I can still do my own marketing, my own LinkedIn. I can create a webinar description and a webinar agenda in minutes. So as a marketer, I think the biggest mistake that we do now is to wait for our content marketer, to wait for our performance marketer, to wait for other people while we have these technologies. One marketer with AI is almost like 5 marketeers, in my opinion, now.
Yeah, you unhided my secrets. I don't know what you took all the secrets, but you unhided them because I'm terrible writer too. But I usually write my bad copy with a lot of grammar mistakes, many grammar mistakes. And I ask ChatGPT, please edit. For example, if I'm going to send press release to Forbes, I ask, please edit for Forbes, use Forbes style. Simple. I don't ask anything else. If I'm going to post on LinkedIn, I just ask, please edit for LinkedIn post, simplify, for business oriented people. So the same with any other content. I just give details where I'm going to add this content, and my bad writing converts to great writing with ChatGPT. So yeah.
100%, Anatoly, and I love the examples you gave because I didn't even think about that. Yes, you can say write for Forbes, write for this person. You can do a lot of that type of stuff. But let me take it a little bit more advanced because I started to test this yesterday, I think. I haven't implemented it yet, but today I can start the podcast with my voice without me. Mm-hmm. Right? So I can go to ChatGPT. I can say, hey, ChatGPT, I'm going to do a weekly podcast about sales and how I use AI in sales. And I'm saying it now, and I'm going to watch the recording, and I'm actually going to implement this after, or I should start ChatGPT on the side now. Give me 52 weeks, of podcast ideas. Yeah. And then I see some, I don't like these. I like these, make more of these. Great. Can you create the agenda for all of them, or like the outline for all podcasts? Great. Okay. Can you now create the whole conversation? I'll create you the whole conversation for each episode. And then I can go to play.ht, I think it is. And I can speak to play.ht for a few minutes. And then I can say, here's my 52 episodes, record them.
Mhm.
And then I have 52 episodes with my own voice already done.
Mhm. Nice.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. When you think about it, it's ridiculous. I want to start a YouTube channel. I have that idea as well. And you can write text to video now, text to
Mhm.
animation. I can actually write the whole scenario with ChatGPT, put it in this tool, and say, hey, can you animate this? And it'll give me the 10-minute animation of that character and of all that. You know, the potential of things. We are just scraping the surface right now. There's so much possible. It's incredible, and I think it's a bit overwhelming because you and I, like people like us, I think we love it, and it's like, how many hours do I have on focusing on learning these and doing these, and I don't want to forget about my family. I don't want to forget about my daughter and my wife because she'll get angry, and so I do take at least an hour a day to maybe 2 hours a day on ChatGPT doing some tasks, and I also aim to have an hour every evening of learning a new AI tool because I want to stay ahead of the curve.
Nice. Yeah, great. Love it. Awesome. Awesome. Uh, Tim, I wanna ask about your experience. We chatted that many people still don't use AI, and I found I usually get great results with customers who understand what I do. For example, if I help with SEO, we get great results with customers who know how SEO works. They know the basic of SEO, many things. And if you help with AI, can you tell how to learn the basic from scratch? If it's your first day in using ChatGPT, you didn't know anything about that before, but you wanna jump on this game. So, what will you do if you start from scratch?
I think what I would do today from scratch is what I did about, I think now, is it 7, 8 months, 9 months ago, 10 months
Mhm.
ago, I think, something like that. I think it was just before Christmas. I don't remember exactly when I got into ChatGPT, but it was about, yeah, 9, 10 months ago, something, if I remember correctly. And I went and I did some really stupid stuff. I was like, I asked it some silly questions. I was like, oh, Christmas is coming. I want to buy a gift. I don't know what to buy for my wife. And I said, oh, here's some ideas. I was like, yeah, but my wife would hate these. I was like, why? Because my wife likes these. This great, some ideas, right? So just from that, you're already learning that you can actually tweak it a little bit further, right? So that would be something very very silly that I'm saying that I would tackle right away if you've never used ChatGPT. But the other thing that I would really do is I would go, and today online you have a lot of material, and you can. I think the most basic thing is make a list of tasks that you do today, right? So what do you do today, Anatoly? Give me a couple of tasks that you did today.
Oh, a lot of tasks. I usually
Give me a
start.
couple.
Um, I learn. I read books.
Okay.
I listen to audiobooks. So I
Yeah.
read and listen.
Yeah.
So I help my customers by managing some many different tasks because we
Okay.
cooperate with content creators, with content managers, with designers, developers. So I usually manage the process. Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm going to create a few new tools, simple tools. So I need to handle the process as well. So because today we spend more time by creating simple tools than writing blog posts than before, because a few reasons. Google decrease click-through rate. We know about that because of feature snippets, many um, other elements, and it's not like many years ago when you have the first position you can get 30% of clicks. Today it's hard to get 30%, and even today people can use AI to ask questions. It's interesting when people are complaining about Google, that Google can steal our content to show in feature snippets. Of course Google can link to you, but click-through rate is low. AI can do much worse because AI can steal your content, rewrite, and uh,
100%.
without even linking to you. That's
Yeah.
why we found another way how we can go ahead to create
Okay.
simple tools. We can help
That's
our
amazing.
customers, yeah, to create simple tools because AI can't replicate them. Google
Yeah.
can't replicate. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but just going back to the first thing you said, you read books and you listen to audiobooks. Let's say that I read books about fatherhood, or you're reading a book about management, whatever.
Mhm.
Before you read that book, or even I don't want to say instead, because I think we should still read books, but you can go to ChatGPT and you can say, hey, I don't know much about this topic. Can you give me some highlights about this topic? Right? Can you dive deeper into that?
Mhm.
Yes. Can you dive deeper into this one? Yes. And you're learning, right? So you could be learning a topic by just talking to ChatGPT about that topic, right? And then you can still go read the book, which is great. I do love books. Sometimes I don't have the time that I want to read the whole book, because books will have a lot of examples, which is great. But sometimes I just want to dig into the information. So you can actually ask ChatGPT. Here's a task that you can get with ChatGPT done, right? Featured snippets. That's an interesting one because I have no clue about these type of things. I'm not a very SEO person at all, but I know that you can ask it to write the code for feature snippets, and then you can put it
Mhm.
on your website and maybe rank for it. So you've already done a step ahead of now understanding how to code for feature snippets on your website. So that's awesome, right? So that's another type of task that can be done. Another one, I'm just going to open up my ChatGPT here and tell you what I did, so that we're giving some examples of what type of tasks can be done. So I'm just opening it on the side,
Yeah.
opening the menu. So yeah, yesterday I did analyze all our CRM. It would have took me maybe days. Before, I would have wanted a data analyst or make some crazy dashboards or reports on HubSpot to understand. Now I just exported, put a CSV, and I asked. I think this is exactly what I asked. I said, here's a CSV. I don't know what this is about. Can you tell me? And it just gave me all the columns, and then it said, the CSV is about this. I said, okay, great. I said, what are some insights that you can gather for me? And it said, yeah, I can do company distribution by country and sector, by estimated annual revenue, by employees range. Then it said, I can do by website interactions, most common referral sources, most visited funnel pages. We used to go to Google and set all these up. I mean, GA4 is terrible. I don't know if you agree, but we we would spend hours to do these type of things, and now it's done for you. And then it told me also I can do average year of foundation of company, count of companies with the provide the phone number. I could do some great things. Another couple of things I did mention about preparing for a sales call. I've done that. My newsletter that I do every Wednesday. I have a prompt that is this long, that has an example of my newsletter, has all the different structure that I have in my newsletter, the layout, and I just say it every week. Hey, I want to create a new edition of my newsletter. It says, great. It says, so what do you have to share this week? I give my information. Then it says, great. What is the article that you want to share this week? Because in my newsletter, you have you have a bit of news from me. You have an article, you have a tool, you have a post that I like on LinkedIn or something that I've read that I recommend. And you have the tool, you have a media. So it could be a webinar. So I will be sharing this next week on my newsletter, by the way. Right. And then it asks me all these questions, and I bring the link, and I say, why did I enjoy my chat with Anatoly? Because we talked about AI, this, that. Why am I recommending StreamYard today? Because StreamYard is a very easy tool to do this, and I love it because I've used it 10 times. And in really 45 minutes to an hour, I have my newsletter done. Right? And people find it valuable because it's not AI doing it.
Yeah.
Is AI is helping me, is
100%.
directing
Yeah.
on the right direction. A couple more very quick. Here's a very quick. This is a crazy one. I DJ on the weekends, I said, right? And I have a great song that I bought years ago that is on FLAC, FLAC. It's a different audio type, and it doesn't work on these CDJs, right? It doesn't work. And a couple weeks ago, I tried to mix that song. It said unsupported file format. And I was like, oh my God, and we would find horrible websites with, lots of ads and sign ups and all that. You remember the convert a file? And now I went to ChatGPT, GPT-4. I opened the advanced data analysis, and I said,
Hmm.
"Here's a FLAC file. I want you to turn this into a WAV file."
Yeah.
And I uploaded the file, and it converted it, and I downloaded it, and it works
Yes.
now. It now works on my CDJ. Like, you see, that took me a minute before I would be in the shitty website and finding the right one, and the other day I did that before, and it was crap, and it was
Yeah.
crap, you know. But so some crazy things like this now can be done in minutes
Yeah.
with good quality, and I have fun doing it. I don't know if I hope you do as well, and I hope everybody listening to this will have fun with ChatGPT. But I have a lot of fun with it.
Nice. Awesome. I think if you have no fun, it's better to leave it. Find something else, because
Yeah, yeah.
you need to enjoy the process. And Tim, I have my final question
Please.
about your hobby. It's
Yeah.
interesting. I read a few books about hobbies, and everyone needs to have two, three hobbies. For example, I like to play soccer, basketball. You are DJ. I know only one marketing expert who is DJ, Lily Ray. And I don't know if she's more an SEO expert or DJ expert because she shares a lot of pictures about her DJ. Yeah, about this activity. So, can you tell how you find the balance between family? You mentioned about your wife,
Yeah.
between your main job and to play any songs to be DJ in the night because I love sleeping in the night. So, any tips about your balance?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that I was struggling, and potentially I still struggle. But what we've done, which is great, is my wife, luckily, is also a singer songwriter.
Hmm.
So she loves music as well. So what we do usually is, if it's a late night where I'm going to DJ, she might not come, let's say, and my daughter will be with my parents, so with her grandparents. But now, actually, I'm going to promote this if that's okay. We
Yeah.
do have a release. We just released an EP on Spotify under the name Timmy, Timy, and the song is it's called Your Life. It's Timmy featuring Becky Checker, my wife, Becky Checker. Your Life. It's a song that we finished. That had right now a few thousands of plays already, and we wrote a second song, and my wife and I now kind of DJ together.
Nice.
So the other day on Sunday, we were DJing at a beach party here in Bodrum, in south of Turkey, and my wife was singing the songs live, and I was mixing them, and we're bringing that family bond together. And why did we get back into making music together? Because that's how we met 9 years ago. Because we want to be an inspiration to our daughter. We want our daughter to love music, to make music. So how we've really balanced that out is by making sure that the whole family is involved.
Hmm.
And we have a piano at home. And the other morning, I slept a bit late, and then my wife was awake, my daughter was awake. She opened the piano, 2 years old, by the way. She opens the piano. It's an electric piano. She turns it on, and she plays it. Does it sound amazing? No, not yet. But she opens it, turns up the volume, and goes, dun, 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 and she's doing that. So our hobby now is in the family. So we are going to have great fun about it. So if your hobby is something that is not your family's hobby, you might have a little bit of separate time, and for some people that's okay. But for me, I wanted to have the most time I can with my family because, as you said, we work Monday to Friday. I work quite a lot. I enjoy my work. I love my job. I'm the CEO of 2 companies.
Hmm.
We have 50 plus team members. I love my job. And on Friday night, Saturday night sometimes, I need to release that. I need to release that. I'm not going to say stress because it's not about the stress, but release that mindset of work, CEO, leadership, management. I want to release that. So what do? I make music. And I'm very lucky that I did marry somebody that enjoys that as well. And we want to make sure that our daughter is going to enjoy that. So that's how I balance it. Maybe it doesn't help everybody, But again, what I would do, Anatoly, is you can go to ChatGPT, use GPT-4 because it's a little bit smarter, and say, here's my hobbies. I
Hmm.
love to play soccer. I love this. I love that. I love coding. I love this. This is how many hours a day I have. This is what at what time I wake up. This is at what time I sleep. This is when I pick up my son from school. This is what I do. This is when my training is with my friends of soccer. Blah blah blah. Just write down everything and ask it to give you some tips, or ask it to give you a schedule. It gives you a schedule and say the traffic is usually this. You can even have a plugin now and ask about the traffic. You can do all that stuff, and it'll give you the whole playbook of your life on how to make sure that you balance your hobby and your business. Like, you can do that with AI now, right? So
Yeah.
so just go and do that, guys. You know, you have ChatGPT. It's free at the $20 a day, a month. Sorry, ChatGPT Plus. It's a great plus, you know, and that's why it's called ChatGPT Plus. You don't have to have it. I love it because it has the plugins and it has the code interpreter or the advanced data analysis. You don't have to have it. You know, for free, you can do a lot of things. But also, one thing that I want to remind all ourselves: $20 a day, a month. Why I keep saying a day? Because I would pay, I think, $20 a day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because it's so
Cheap.
powerful. Yeah, it's cheap and it's so powerful for the return on investment.
Yeah.
You know, I really like tasks of creating a process for my team that would take me a day, takes me an hour.
Yeah.
You know, so go use it. Don't wait now. Close this and go use it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, awesome. I agree because when you pay $20 for this powerful tool, I pay for some tools plus $100, even more, but I don't use them even close that I can use ChatGPT. So yeah, it's a powerful tool. I agree. Tim, it's a big pleasure to get in my show to learn from you. I love it.
Always.
So valuable. Tell the best way how to keep learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the best ways is my LinkedIn, Tim Cakir, TimCakir, as is written somewhere here. I think, yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
On LinkedIn, follow me. I try to share every day, and I have my newsletter there that you can subscribe to. That's every Wednesday, and you'll learn a tool, you'll learn a post, as I said, an article. You'll learn everything I learn. I share it. I don't keep any secrets. So you can learn like that from me. And if you're interested in anything sales, lead research and stuff, go to taskdrive.com. But today we're talking about AI prompts and so on. So check out aioperator.com.
Nice. Guys, you can find all the links, LinkedIn account, two websites in the description below. Keep learning. Follow Tim because I follow. Personally, I recommend to anyone because you can see a lot of valuable insights if you want to become a better marketer, expert, specialist. I don't know. Call it, just learn. Keep learning and test, practice, and go ahead. Okay, guys, love you. See you.
Anatoly, everybody, thank you so much.